Trier, Rome's northern stronghold. In the green valleys along the Moselle River, in what is now western Germany, stands Trier, or as the Romans called it, Augusta Treverorum. Founded around 16 BCE under Emperor Augustus, Trier would grow to become one of the most important Roman cities north of the Alps. Grand walls surround the city, built to defend against barbarian invasions. The roads are paved, straight, and bustling with carts, traders, and officials. Trier is not a distant outpost. It is a jewel of the empire's western provinces. It was a city of emperors, soldiers, merchants, and scholars, a western capital of the Roman Empire. As you walk through Trier in the 3rd or 4th century AD, the power of Rome is everywhere. Gladiator fights, animal hunts, and public spectacles entertained the people. Brutal and thrilling reminders of Roman dominance. It was a thriving commercial hub, connected by Roman roads to Gaul, Britain, and the Danube. But by the 4th century, Christianity had taken root, supported by emperors like Constantine. Trier became a bishopric, and its bishops held enormous influence. The 5th century brought invasions, first by the Franks, then the Vandals and Huns. The imperial court moved away, and Trier's importance faded. A court, a symbol. A place where emperors dreamed of uniting a crumbling empire, where armies marched out to war, and where citizens enjoyed the comforts of Roman life. Warm baths, clean streets, flowing fountains, and monumental architecture. And small, that brought Roman identity to the farthest corners of Europe. Cities like Trier kept the flame of Roman order, law, and culture alive, even as the world around them changed. But it never disappeared. Unlike many Roman cities that were abandoned, Trier remained continuously inhabited, its Roman infrastructure adapted for medieval use. Every week we explore the forgotten roads, ruins, and stories of the Roman world, from imperial palaces to dusty frontier towns. Don't miss out. Join us and keep history alive. Some historians even call it the Rome of the North, due to its growing Christian power and proximity to imperial authority. Markets bustled with trade goods, pottery, wine, grain, metalwork, and textiles. Merchants spoke Latin, but also Gallic dialects and even Germanic tongues. With its strategic location and strong defenses, Trier became a safe and stable center for trade in a region often marked by conflict. Beneath the arena were tunnels and chambers where animals and fighters waited before being released into the ring. As Roman control expanded, so did Trier's importance. Religious debates, theological councils, and conflicts between pagans and Christians all played out here, shaping the spiritual future of the Western Empire. By the late 3rd century, it became one of the imperial residences of the Western Roman Empire, especially during times of crisis. Several emperors ruled directly from Trier, including Maximian, Constantine the Great, and Valentinian I. Constantine's basilica is intact and used as a Protestant church. The ruins of the baths, the amphitheater, and the cathedral all speak of a time when Trier stood as a pillar of Roman power on the empire's northern frontier. Your first stop might be the Porta Nigra, the Black Gate, a towering fortress-like structure that served as the city's northern entrance. Built from massive blocks of gray sandstone, it has already stood for centuries and remains one of the best preserved Roman city gates in the world. As you pass beneath its arch, you're stepping into one of the oldest Roman cities in Europe. Trier was originally founded by the Romans near the territory of the Treveri tribe, a Celtic people who had already settled the area. The imperial presence in Trier transformed the city into a political and administrative center. Great palaces were built for the emperor and his court. The most impressive was the Alla Palatina, or Constantine's Basilica, a massive throne hall over 30 meters high, with a single open nave and no interior columns. It's a building meant to project Roman authority, and it still stands today, used as a church for over a millennium. Just a short walk away, you'd find the Imperial Baths, or Kazarthermen, one of the largest Roman bath complexes outside Rome. These weren't just places to bathe, but to socialize, conduct business, and relax. Heated by underground furnaces, the baths included hot rooms, warm rooms, cold plunges, and exercise courtyards. Citizens of Trier would spend hours here daily, discussing politics, gossiping, or making deals. The city also boasted a large amphitheater carved into the hillside, capable of holding up to 20,000 spectators. But Trier wasn't only a city of emperors and spectacles. Religious life in Trier evolved dramatically over the centuries. Early in its history, it featured temples to Jupiter, Mars, and the imperial cult. The Trier Cathedral, begun under Constantine, became one of the oldest churches in Germany and a symbol of the shift from pagan to Christian Rome. Trier's glory, however, wasn't immune to the tides of history. Even today, the city bears the imprint of its Roman past. The Porta Nigra still towers above the streets. Trier was more than a provincial city, it was a capital. It was here that Roman civilization met the Germanic frontier, and the two worlds collided, mixed, and eventually merged into what would become medieval Europe. Trier reminds us that the Roman Empire wasn't just about Rome. It was about the network of cities, large for more incredible journeys through ancient cities like Trier. Subscribe to the Roman Scroll